Have you ever wanted to eat dirt but your mother said no?
But Mom...
Then tell her to buy you cornflakes. With our patented technology, we combine these 3 special ingredients into one underwhelming breakfast experience. Buy it at your local grocery stores before they sell out.
Warning, cornflakes will not sell out, ever. I don't like to waste my time with these videos because you came here for the mathematically optimal cereal, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. Since there's like 100 different kinds and variables within the cereal world, I'll only be doing the 25 most popular ones that I find. Here's the categories we'll be using to rank them. Taste, which has a lot to do with balance and flavor. Consumability, which you should know from the last tier list video, watch that here. And the final variable is the aftermilk, patent pending. Let's start with cornflakes. This is one of the most basic things you could ever buy for breakfast. It takes everything you love about Frosted Flakes and just makes it a lot worse. For taste, it gets a 3 out of 10, and I'm being generous because being bland means it's a good vehicle for things like fruit. For consumability, it gets a 7 out of 10, however. Why? Because texture is important. Believe it or not, cornflakes hold their crunch pretty well in a bowl of milk. They certainly last longer than other cereal on this list. However, I can't rank it higher for consumability because it isn't exactly a binge-worthy cereal. Who have you ever met that ate 2 bowls of cornflakes in a row just because they couldn't get enough? Nobody. That's who. Finally, we have Aftermilk, where it scores an abysmal 1 out of 10. Aftermilk is what you're left with when all the cereal is gone. Is the milk better or worse afterwards? For cornflakes, the answer is worse, and it's not even close. I'd rather drink regular milk than corn-flavored milk. Oh, that's disgusting. This gives us a final score of 11 out of 30, putting cornflakes squarely in F tier, and that's just so expected. We mentioned it already, so let's just rank Frosted Flakes now. Tony's been doing a pretty good job at the cereal empire, but his slogan might be a bit exaggerated. Taste, consumability, and aftermilk are all 7s across the board, kind of like the dating pool in a small town. Frosted Flakes are basic. They scratch the itch of sweet and well-textured, but it doesn't really excel at anything else, making it a solid C-tier cereal.
Peanut butter chocolate, great when separate, but when they combine, they make the morning time epic.
I wonder what that guy's up to nowadays. Oh no. For taste and consumability, they score an 8 out of 10, which is pretty strong. Peanut butter and chocolate are a solid combo no matter what you do, and you almost always want to get a second bowl of this stuff, making it highly consumable. Where the cereal fails, however, is the aftermilk. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to make the milk taste like neither chocolate or peanut butter. It only tastes a little bit better than milk straight from the jug, so it scores a sad 6 out of 10, putting Reese's Puffs at C tier. Unexpected, but still respectable. Cocoa Puffs have spent their entire existence making us all believe that chocolate balls are a respectable breakfast choice that you shouldn't laugh at. And the branding is so powerful that even if I make fun of you for enjoying chocolate balls every morning, you'll just tell me to shut up and buy them anyway. No shame at all, no questions asked. So how can these not be good? Like their biracial brother, Cocoa Puffs score an 8 for the first 2 categories as well, only this time the aftermilk actually slaps. The chocolate flavor actually translates to the bowl of milk when you're done eating, so I've got to give it a 9 out of 10 in that category. This means Cocoa Puffs are the first B-tier cereal on the list, which is pretty strong, not gonna lie. Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles are 2 hyper-palatable cereals with 0 flaws. Now you might be saying the obvious thing that everyone says about these cereals. But they get soggy so fast, you don't know what you're talking about. The only reason you think these cereals get soggy too fast is because you're eating them wrong. You can't just pour the milk willy-nilly and expect greatness. No, the pebbles require tact and skill to consume. Pour the pebbles first, then add only enough milk to get half the cereal submerged. Next, wait 20-ish seconds for the milk to soften the bottom layer. What you've just achieved is cereal perfection. The bottom layer offers a solid base and a softer texture with plenty of milk soaked up into each grain, while the top layer offers a crunch and rich, flavorful complexity unimpeded by the dilution of milk. If you eat it in these layers like a parfait, then every bite will become a texturally diverse masterpiece. The only question left is whether you prefer chocolate cereals to fruity sugary ones. S tier. Regular Cheerios are just a better bland cereal than cornflakes. Sorry, F tier. But Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah, boy.
These are goated. These bad boys score 8s in every category with a subtle honey flavor that doesn't overpower the experience. It's a safe option and a moderately healthy one. Though, let's be honest, calling cereal healthy is like calling your student loans worth it. You kinda hope it'll be true one day, but come on. You know. B tier. This might be shocking for some of you to hear, but did you know that Rice Krispies is actually cereal? Turns out, everyone's been turning this stuff into delicious marshmallow bars without even realizing that some sick freak out there expected you to put this in a bowl with milk and eat it that way. I think I'm gonna be sick. The only redeeming quality this stuff has is that it has zero flavor whatsoever, so there isn't much to dislike, to be honest. And it do make the funny noise in the milk. F tier. Sad, but totally expected. Apple Jacks. Need I say more? They didn't stop at a solid, fruity cereal. They did the cinnamon challenge and won. 9s all around, just like me if I could make shadow clones. This is our first A-tier cereal. But can their ultimate rival Froot Loops join them in the exclusive club? Nope. B tier. They were close though. Lucky Charms is a strange cereal that was probably crafted by the Rice Krispie guy's brother. His brother thought to himself, what if I made a cereal with the same boring flavor profile as my brother's, but I just put the marshmallows in there with the cereal, so now people don't have to do it themselves when they buy it. It was a bold strategy and it kinda sorta paid off, because make no mistake, they are certainly better than F tier, but the weaknesses in the aftermilk just make it fall short, even if the other categories aren't really that bad. It pains me to say this, but Lucky Charms are only D tier, and I actually like them. The scientists who made Corn Flakes wanted to capture the essence of corn and dirt in their cereal experience. But when half of them wanted to add sugar, they were kicked out and sent to make their own cereal with a large animated tiger as punishment. A few of them survived and escaped their captivity with a new idea in mind. Something healthier, but still flavorful. Something entirely new. And that's where we get Honey Bunches of Oats, baby! This cereal slaps, okay? It just does. If you've never had it because you thought it was too grown up for the cereal aisle, then do yourself a favor and buy them right now. I'll wait. Why aren't you buying it? This stuff gets a solid A tier because the Aftermilk achieves something that other Aftermilk doesn't. It gives you unexpected bonus cereal. The sweet granola clusters sink to the bottom of the bowl, and while you drink it up, bam! You get more of the best part and you weren't even looking for it. Next is Life, which I can't rank because I'm not convinced anyone on planet Earth has ever eaten it before. This stuff has to get worse than F tier until someone in the comments can verify that they've eaten it and survived. How can we be sure it's even cereal, huh? Ever thought of that, Jason? I still haven't forgiven you, I didn't forget. Cookie Crisp is next, and to be honest, this stuff sucks. It doesn't even taste like cookies, which is false advertisement, and I mean, I guess if you close your eyes and pretend, you can almost convince yourself that you're eating stale vanilla wafers in a bowl that previously had a single chocolate chip in it, or you could just pick a better cereal, D tier. Raisin Bran is slept on, for real, but I'm a man of integrity, and no matter how much I like it, I can't ignore the standard I've set for this video. Even if I give it an 8 out of 10 for taste, which I did, the consumability can't go any higher than a 5, and the aftermilk is trash. Straight up trash. There isn't a person on earth who wants to find loose raisins in their milk. That's foul. Raisin Bran deserves to be F tier. But seriously, give it a chance. I know how weird this sounds, but just trust me. It's not bad if you want to increase your fiber intake, and raisins are cool. I mean, look how happy he is, man. Come on. You might have heard that tricks are for kids. But are they? Tricks are interesting because they taste more artificial than everything else on this list. And that's what makes them so good. Unlike Froot Loops, Trix don't even try to pretend to be a fruit-flavored cereal. It's just a bowl of ambiguously sweet sugar shapes. You know it, I know it, China knows it, we all know it. I've got to give it a perfect score for taste because it's just so addictive and unabashedly unhealthy. And with the other scores being a 9 and an 8, Trix is a solid A-tier cereal. Corn Pops, the bane of my existence. My dad would buy these in bulk on sale, and every day I'd open the pantry and see these little freaks looking back at me. They're marginally better than Corn Flakes because there's a touch of sweetness, but these are a sad breakfast and I want better for you. Joe Biden said it best, if you can believe that, but Corn Pop was a bad dude. He was also a bad food. F tier. Frosted Mini Wheats get the same treatment as Raisin Bran. It's a good cereal and you should try it if you haven't, but when you look at it objectively, I can't give it any higher than a D tier. I'm sorry. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the fan favorite for a lot of people, and understandably so. It scores a 10 out of 10 for taste and consumability, but I had to consult some friends for the aftermilk category. You see, personally, I don't like the aftermilk of this cereal at all. But after listening to other viewpoints, I found out that I was in the minority. So even though I would have given it A tier, I've been convinced to give Cinnamon Toast Crunch the S tier treatment. You can sleep easy tonight, you psychotic, cannibalistic squares. Captain Crunch is based. This guy might seem like a lovable grandpa on the surface, but he's a captain in the Navy somewhere, meaning there's a good chance that this guy has actually committed serious war crimes canonically. And I've got to be honest, that's kind of cool. Oh, the cereal's great too. But there's only one problem. Eating this stuff is like eating a bowl of glass. A torture technique that the captain probably learned while he was committing atrocities overseas and ignoring the Geneva Conventions entirely. Still, that won't stop this stuff from getting an A tier. It's worth the pain. Honey Smacks, B tier. They're just slightly sweeter Honey Nut Cheerios that do not care if your heart is healthy or not. Ah, grape nuts. What the heck are grape nuts? French Toast Crunch was so great in my childhood that I bought it again just for this video. And it's kinda mid. C tier. Nostalgia sucks, man. What if our childhoods weren't actually as good as we remember? What if nostalgic memories are clouding our judgment and making us remember things fondly when we shouldn't? What if, I hate to say it, but what if Steve Jobs died of ligma?
Who's Steve Jobs?
Last and probably least is Wheaties. Wheaties are a money laundering scheme and you can't convince me otherwise. You ever look at a store and wonder how they stay in business even when nobody buys from them? Raise your hand if you like Long John Silver's, or if you bought a new mattress in the last 5 years. Don't you ever wonder how these companies stay around? Every once in a while you see a famous athlete smiling at you on a box of a cereal that they don't even eat, as if to say, you like me doing my sport, you should eat these. Except no one has ever fallen for it. They're worse than grape nuts and life. Why? Because I said so. What are you gonna do? Eat them and prove me wrong? No? That's what I thought, Jason. Get out of here. Thanks for watching. Huge shout out to every one of you who've supported me throughout this past year. This community is awesome and I love connecting with you guys in the comments, so please keep them coming. Subscribe for more of my ramblings and stay tuned for more polls because you guys decided this video was gonna happen. All right, later.